Hey everybody, welcome to AJS News' video 2 of 2 for today.
But first, a new word from our sponsors. Hey guys, it's that time again to tell you about our favorite VPN, Surfshark. Never let anybody tell you what content you can't have access to. Get rid of geo-blocking.
Oh, especially in the state that we are in now that things are getting blocked all over Texas.
What the hell is that all about?
Yeah, it is really important to be able to have access to the things you pay for and keep your information off the internet. So they have alternative ID, which lets you keep your real name and your real email address away from the data brokers.
And Joe, why do we use it?
The best perk is you could share with anyone you want. Unlimited devices.
Friends and family, guys. You'll be the most popular one. And even more smart is using our deal down below. If you go to surfshark.deal/angryjoeshow, you're going to get 3 additional months free off the plan. And use our code AngryJoeShow and protect your online privacy today. And I hope you guys enjoy the video.
Everyone on the internet's been telling you need a VPN, and there's no reason to not get one that is, one, incredibly affordable and can be shared on unlimited devices with friends and family.
There you go. So, AJS News, hope you enjoyed the solar eclipse. And
don't stare directly at it.
Don't stare directly at it. And then I forgot because my brain is not working this morning when the eclipse, and I have no light. Okay, goodbye.
My eyes
I
are
remember. I remember nothing. I'm losing my mind. Alex.
Yes.
Tell us. Oh, yeah, I did the suicide watch on the last episode, right? That's all I got. So thank y'all very much. Let's get to the news. Alex, what the hell else has been happening in the world?
Capcom apparently is hiring out people's pawns in Dragon's Dogma 2, so you can make your own pawn.
Oh, wait, I remember. Sorry. My brain likes interrupting Alex so much. That's when the idea. When his voice starts talking.
Hey, look, I know.
We're trying to reduce the interruptions. Okay, so next is on Sunday. I revealed a dice tower, a bust. You guys saw it downstairs.
Well, I saw you streaming it.
Yeah, so we got from Den of Imagination, one of our painting partners, studios, when we do our battle reports, and me and Jay on Sundays, and sometimes on Warhammer Wednesday, we do some 40K stuff, Games Workshop, tabletop games. Well, they sent over the craziest thing, is this fucking huge bust of an Emperor Angry Joe, and it's a dice tower, so we were using it to play a 34-year-old game.
Dice.
So, like Emperor, like the worm, like Leto II? So,
that would be awesome.
So, because that's the real Emperor, not some skeleton in a chair that a bunch of assholes guard for no reason.
Yeah.
No, the real Emperor.
They're both
is
fascinating.
Leto. Yeah.
But Leto, that's Dune, if you don't know.
Yeah.
Dune, God Emperor, which I hope they do.
They are doing.
Did you see, in other news, I was correct. I was proven correct. Official. Number 3 is now in production, Dune Messiah.
They're writing it, yeah.
No, it's official now. It was already official when the fucking thing was doing very well.
Yeah.
But now it's official.
Yeah.
So check that out, and thank you to Den of Imagination for a badass dice tower that's even modular. It's magnetic, so you could take the head off. So you could rip my head off, and then you put it on the little thing. And what they're trying to show off. What they're trying to show off is that if you send them a picture, they can like make your little miniature. So if you have like a Space Marine army, yeah,
anatomically correct.
Yes, if you want. I don't know what kind of minis y'all are thinking.
It's not me.
Bombshell babes.
It's not me.
I don't know, Joe. It'll be pretty tiny to paint, but you're gonna need one of them small brushes.
Like it was in Toy Story. I'm zooming in.
Painting.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's enough. Okay, my brain not working too well today. Done. Alex may now speak.
Since most of you are making shitty, low-effort fucking pawns in Dragon's Dogma, and you know I'm talking directly to you. Your pawns suck. they're not any good, and no one wants to lease them out. So Capcom is pity leasing them out for you. So when the lease system is someone will use your pawn, and then they come back with currency, gifts, things like that. But
Here's some 5 shekels.
yeah, all of those things. But Capcom is just automatically doing it, especially for people whose pawns are getting love. I spent a lot of time designing
Automatically
you
doing what?
from my brain, and it's not bad. It's not the worst. So
You gotta say
Automatically leasing your pawns to
Yeah.
others?
yeah, well, no, to themselves. They're just like faking that your pawns are getting work.
Yeah,
and
that's a good mechanic because I didn't expect that every single pawn was going to be leased by other players.
Why is
Not
my
bad.
pawn working on the corner?
it's what it's good at. It's got no other skills. Okay.
Damn.
And then we got news this week. This is something that we've known for a long time, but this is the first official that Saber's boss has come out and said, it is obvious that we are working on Knights of the Old Republic. We are doing it, just us, not Aspire, the people who make the
Good.
low effort garbage.
Good.
And so that the remake is alive and well, and they've been working on it, and this is really good news. One, because I know that Aspire's not touching it, and I don't like them.
Yeah,
and that
we don't like them.
And this is a game that I loved, and I hope that they put
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
as much
The
time.
combat hasn't aged well on it. I played, it was on mobile for a while, and it's still an excellent story, and I'm looking forward to it. But I imagine it's going to take another 2 years. I mean, that thing has stopped, restarted. Asper probably fucked it all up. In fact, just get rid of all that shit that they worked on and just start.
The only song is the Cantina theme the entire time for some reason. It's like, what did you do? The game would also be like 500 terabytes or something. It's like, how do you take a game that is this big and then when you save it is now this big? So
You made it worse.
yeah, everything. It's like almost everything they touch, but they still keep getting work. I don't understand. Tekken 8 is fucking up. And
More big hats and crazy stuff.
look, Tekken 8 is a $70 super premium game, right? So it went up $10 because making games is more expensive according to everyone, and it's like they need more money according to everyone. And then once the reviews were out, after the game launched, they put out a store. And in the store, there are a bunch of like $4 skins. Hey, good on you. That's not actually super crazy for the skin price, but you can only buy it in $5 increments, which again is a fucking shitty thing to do because if you're trying to make more money and not piss everyone off, you just say, oh, you want to buy that skin? This is how much money that skin is. Not buy a token that you'll have change. And then when it's like, it is just absolutely absurd. But this week, they've announced that they're putting out a Fight Pass, a premium battle pass on top of the store and the other microtransactions. Again, not announced when the game come out, after the reviews have come out, and people are just kind of done. A lot of people are really upset that this kind of stuff keeps getting added to the game, and that the people behind Tekken are trying to justify it. So
yeah, that sucks because you remember Mortal Kombat, and we got pissed at Mortal Kombat. It's like, oh man, the community's like, what is going on? And they were looking for a hero. And, Tekken 8 comes out, and they thought, oh, hey, here's a hero. This is pretty cool.
It didn't come out with microtransactions, didn't come out with a Fight Pass, didn't come out with those other things.
And now you get a big stinky fart in your face.
Yeah. So
Battle Pass.
According to them, he says, development costs are now 10 times more expensive than in the 90s and more than double or nearly triple the cost of Tekken 7. Even the Fight Lounge
Prices
servers
of the game cost more. It's very convenient. I mean, obviously, they're going to reach for the most perfect sounding excuse to change their practices.
Yeah, in the past there weren't so many specs and there wasn't online, plus they didn't have high resolution and high definition. Now so many people want the game to run and be supported for a long time. It costs money. Look, and then we look at these other game companies, and we've constantly pointed at Larian. It's these former AA companies that blow up into bigger ones, but they make very good money. They take care of their employees. They don't do mass layoffs to appease shareholders. And so anytime he says something like this, it's like, you're full of shit. These smaller companies with less resources are putting out bigger, better games for less money, and they're not doing the microtransactions.
And it's also the fact that they hit it. You know, the fact that it all comes out afterwards, not a hint of it whatsoever. Here, boom, buy it. You know, if you're honest with players and you do some of that stuff like, hey, costs are rising and this and that, and here's why we need all this money. We're going to create some new tournaments. We're going to do some prizes this year, whatever, you know. But to just, you know, it feels dastardly when you release the game. It's not there. Everybody reviews it, and then all of a sudden now you change tactics with your microtransactions and stuff. We would hate it if EA does it. We're going to hate it if Tekken does it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it would be like really nice to hear any of these fighting game companies like, hey, we want to support the game for a really long time. We want to do all of these things. And
now they're saying that, but they're saying it because they know that's what everybody wants to hear to justify, you know, the new monetization.
Yeah, I don't know. Fighting games is something that I absolutely loved. It was a major part of me growing up in video games, but it kind of
not so much for me anymore.
It doesn't feel like it's something I want to do. I think the single player modes in most of these games, I really don't like the Street Fighter. It's not for me. So it's like some of these things don't work for me. And then they're like, hey, you're a $70 game and you only get half the fighters and you got to trickle them out or these other processes. So.
And a completely separate story that's related to Tekken, I did like how he was saying, you know, how do you explain like the lack of popularity in fighting games? You know, they're not as big of a genre. And he did say, the Tekken director was like, it's because when you lose, that's your sole responsibility. It makes you feel bad. It makes you feel like less of a person.
Exactly why I never go fight online. Fuck that.
Yeah, and it's not like a team game where you can like spread the blame or that guy was the one that sucks, not me. No, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, that's kind of true. You know, so I think this newer generation coming up, they're weak. They can't take the losses.
So I grew up with this dude named Devin who would beat all of our asses because he was like he would go to like the big tournaments and he would win money, and so we grew up never winning, and it was just like who can hit Devin, and so it's like I grew up, and so it's like I don't mind getting my ass kicked because it reminds me of being a kid.
Getting my ass kicked used to beat me up all the time, and now I'm beating up others.
Yeah, so he trained. So all right, what do you got?
Oh, I've got some. I have Warhammer Total War. The next DLC is called Thrones of Decay. And the reason why we're bringing this up is because Creative Assembly promised us that they realized that, overcharging people on the last DLC, putting out some games like Pharaoh that really didn't set the community on fire. This is a loss of focus. They're realizing that they need to make changes. So what are we doing here for the changes in their next DLC? Well, normally, they'll try to give me like $25 up front for something. And in this DLC, they split it up. And split it up, not that you're going to get one piece and then 3 months later you're going to get another. No, you'll get them, but you can buy individual pieces. Like, say, for example, this going to expand the roster for these 3 factions. The Empire, good. We need some more units. Nurgle, that's Alex's favorite. Terrible. And Dwarves. So maybe you're not a dwarf player. You're like, I don't care. I don't want to pay all that for that. Yeah. I just want Nurgle. Well, now they're going to give you that option. So you can buy them individually for $8.99, or you could do the bundle, and then they, of course, do a little deal with the bundles for $22.
Yeah, so. I think this is a good thing. I've been pretty critical of them for a long time because I haven't felt that their DLCs have been worth it for a long time. And this is good because I don't like playing dwarves very much. I never play the Empire, and so if I wanted to play Nurgle, I wouldn't want to spend $20-something on those other 2 armies when it almost feels a little unrelated to the other 2. So I think this is good, and if they continue doing this stuff kind of going forward and start making games that people want, I think they may be okay. But they're still kind of under Sega's thumb, and so.
And again, so this is just a release strategy. I like more options with that where I'm not forced to buy something that I don't want to buy. Mm-hmm. Obviously, don't fuck yourself if you do buy one and then you buy the other. Oh, shit. Well, then, you end up spending like $2 or $3 more than what you wouldn't have normally spent. But really, it's about the content in the actual DLC. Is it substantial enough to deserve the $8.99? Of one sliver, or the $22 for 3 factions having their units expanded on in the roster. So we'll see. We love Warhammer Total War. I mean, our buddy Zero plays it all the time. So, when this thing comes out, we will definitely check it out and, see if that's worth it and see if, Sega is holding true to the word of let's try to do these things better. And finally, I found a game that maybe Joe would like, because Joe did in this past he played The Sims, so
but he drowns them.
He does do fucked up things to The Sims, so that's why I'm curious what he's gonna do here. There's a new game called The Crush House. You're a camera person for a sexy 90s reality show. In this upcoming, they call it a thirst person shooter. And basically those contestants, shows the sexy singles, who's gonna get with the Bachelor, and you have all these women acting like fucking idiots and whores and shit, and trying to get the guy's attention in their bikini.
Wasn't there an old woman one?
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
There was a show one time that they were just like marrying people and see if it works, like 90 Day
90 Day
Marriage,
Fiancé?
something like that. Yeah. Wait a minute, Joe. How do you know the damn name?
Only because there's this one guy that, what's his name?
No, we don't know,
The
Joe.
guy with the big neck, Ed.
He
Yes.
put mayonnaise in his hair.
See, he knows about it too.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
You see the pictures, like, why is this dude putting mayonnaise? I've never seen the show, but it's like his Big Ed, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And
He put mayonnaise in his hair instead of gel?
He's an interesting character. That's why it kind of blew up.
they find crazy
Yeah, they find
people,
some crazy
and
people,
then they're
and
like,
that's basically
Well, you
the
can
whole
do
thing.
that in this game,
Okay.
and that could be fun. And so you got 12 sexy contestants. You pick up the camera, and then you see who hooks up with who, and you try to get footage of
Be
it
a
and
pervert,
stuff. It's be a pervert, I
sneaking.
guess.
you got to be a cameraman for that.
An eager audience breathlessly watching every episode as flirting, drama, and heated conflicts unfold. So there's yelling and screaming and lots of butt shots, apparently. This is a darkly comic thirst-person shooter, as described by developer Nerial. And they've made Reigns and Card Shark. Yeah.
Well, I guess if I look at this as a cameraman sim, I've done a lot of sims. I did my own store.
Yeah.
Check that one out.
Yes. Where Joe gets bored of selling stuff at a store and starts following his customers home
Safely to make sure they're returning customers.
while staring at their tramp stamps. So, go ahead.
But so, I mean, some of these games, most of these games are terrible.
Yes.
Like, terrible.
Yes.
But then there's ones like, a Hobo Simulator?
That was a good one.
That actually has, deep RPG, systems, and you're like, where the hell did this come from?
Yeah.
So, some of these things are really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And so, a Ranch Simulator just sold millions of copies or hundreds of thousands of copies.
Is that where you were just nailing stuff, building?
Oh, that was
fence?
Lumberjack Simulator,
Lumberjack.
which was, it's a nail gun simulator. It was horrible.
Yeah. Start by picking 4 of the 12 sexy cast members. Each have their own personality traits. Joyumi is a competitive, sexy ice queen who hates criticism and likes the finer things in life. Alex is a human golden retriever who surfs
That's me.
and avoids commitment. Bay is a sarcastic wild card and dislikes being complimented. And stick them in the Crush House for season 1, and they'll start interacting with each other, talking, arguing, flirting, and eventually kissing or having slap fights.
Yeah, what you do is you make sure there's very little food in the house and tons of alcohol. And then,
yes.
then you just leave the camera going, and then that's how they make all of these shows.
So what happens is up to you. You're recording the show on your handheld camera, following the cast members around. But when the 4 singles split up into duos and head to different spots of the house, that's
must
when
follow them.
you need to decide which one you want to film. So this is why I said it's a perfect game for Joe
Swear,
after
I'm not a BB
after
Tom.
his playthrough
I'm not
in
a stalker.
Supermarket
I swear.
Simulator.
OJ says stuff like, hey, this is an open door household, so don't lock your door ever, especially in the bathroom. So...
And then it's TV, so you can't just broadcast sexy people 100% of the time. You need to make money. So anytime you're not filming, you can show commercials. And there's fun little commercials that have been created for other indie devs for their other upcoming Devolver games. Like one commercial was for the walking simulator Baby Steps. And the commercial was the anyway. So that's a fun little side thing that I'm sure is going to be a weird, creepy game that would be a fun stream maybe. All right, but that's all I got. So thank you all very much for watching. I want to thank our sponsors, Surfshark. Click the links down below. See if it's something you might be interested in. And we will see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, everybody.